Okay, for this next trick, we only need to use 3 cards. Okay? And I'm going to ask you to choose one of those 3 cards, but before you choose, I want you to know that I already know which one you're going to pick.
Okay.
And you might wonder, how do I know that? Let's just say it came to me as in a dream last night. I knew ahead of time which one you were going to pick. Do you believe that?
No.
No. Well, I'm going to prove it to you. It's a free choice, right?
Right.
You can have any card you want, the jack, the queen, or the king. Which one do you want?
I want the queen.
The queen, you say? Well, like I said, I knew you were going to pick the queen, and I'll
Okay.
prove it to you. See, I have the box of cards here, and on the back of the box I've written a little message. It says,
I knew you would choose the queen.
yes. So, as I told you, I knew ahead of time which one you would pick. Presto Prediction. This is another trick from Joshua Jay's amazing book of cards. Inside the book, he has a detailed explanation of the Presto Prediction and how it works. It's also on the the DVD that comes with the book, so you can see him performing it. The only reason I'm making this video is because that particular video that comes from the DVD is not on YouTube right now. So I wanted to create this so you could see it. Basically, for this trick, you're going to present 3 cards to the spectator, okay? The jack, queen, and king. The rest of the deck does not matter, okay? And you're going to ask them to choose one of the 3 cards. And you're going to tell them that even though they have a free choice, their decision has already been determined. Because you've already guessed, you've already seen ahead of time what card they were going to pick. Somehow it came to you in a dream or in a vision, some kind of nonsense like that. Okay? And you're going to give them a free choice of any of those 3 cards. Okay? In this case, I had the spectator chose the queen. Okay? And that made my job very simple. I simply turned over the box and showed them that written on the back was my prediction. I knew you would choose the queen. Okay? But as you may have guessed, it doesn't matter what they pick. They can pick the king, the queen, or the jack. Either way, I'm going to win. Because this trick uses a principle of magic called multiple outs, which is sort of like multiple ways for me to win. Okay? Even if they had chosen the king, I would still be able to prove to them that I had predicted it. I would not let them see the back of the box, but what I would do is I would take the box, open it up, and inside is a little piece of paper, as you see. Okay? Again, I don't want to let them see the back of the box, so I put it face down. I can hand them this little slip of paper, and as they open it, it's going to say, I knew you would choose the king. So either way, king or queen, I can prove to them that I selected their card. What about the jack, you say? What if they choose this jack? Well, even with the jack, I can still win, and here's how. If they pick the jack, I'm going to say to them, okay, so you don't want the king, right? And I turn the king over. I say to them, not the queen, right? And I turn the queen over. Ah, but you did choose the jack. And when I turn over the jack, you'll notice it's marked with a black X. X marks the spot. So in any of those 3 situations, you will win. You can create this trick very easily with a black Sharpie, a regular box with written on the back, I knew you would choose the queen, and then on a slip of paper, I knew you would choose the king. Okay? So in any of those 3 situations, you win. And one other thing with this trick, again, I mentioned when you bring out the deck, you're not going to let them see the back of the box, right? But you do need to be able to take the cards out of the box. And here's how I like to do it. with these words facing me, I'll open up the cards and I'll go ahead and pull out what's inside. Okay? And notice what I'm doing is as I take out the cards, I'm also making sure I do not take out the slip of paper, which is right there. Okay? So, I take out the cards, I close up the box, and I put that face down. Okay? These 3 cards I'm going to have stacked, as you can see, face up. Part of the reason I have them face up is because I don't want them to see the X on the back of the Jack. Okay? So I take out those 3, and then I go ahead and lay them out. And then from there you can begin the trick. Okay? Hope that works.